Two F-150s came into my shop this week. One just passed 340,000 miles on the original drivetrain. The other arrived on a flatbed at 98,000 miles with a seized engine. Same truck, same Ford engineering, completely different outcome. After 20 years working on F-150s, I can tell you exactly what caused it. I'm RJ. These are 12 mistakes that quietly destroy F-150s. Let's get into it. This is the one that breaks my heart most. I pull the dipstick, and I already know the story before the owner says a word. Dark, thick, burnt oil means someone was stretching intervals, and on an EcoBoost F-150, that's a death sentence. Your 3.5-liter or 2.7-liter EcoBoost runs twin turbos, spinning up to 200,000 RPM. Those turbo bearings are fed by engine oil. When that oil breaks down, they're the first to go. Turbo replacement runs $1,800 to $2,400 per side. Both sides, $4,500 easy. Customer brought in a 2019 F-150 3.5 last spring, 87,000 miles, high-pitched whine at highway speed. Both turbos shot. He'd been going 10,000 miles between changes because the sticker said he could. That sticker cost him $4,200. The rule: 5,000 miles for synthetic on an EcoBoost. If you tow or do short trips, ignore the oil monitor and change it at 5,000 miles. Motorcraft SAE 5W30. Motorcraft FL 500S filter. Simple as that. I put together a maintenance guide specifically for F-150 owners. Fluids, intervals, the whole system. Links in the description. And one of the next mistakes is something almost every F-150 owner does daily, without even realizing it's costing them money. Most owners seem to think that coolant is just colored water. It's not. It's chemistry. And Ford's chemistry is specific. F-150s use Motorcraft Orange coolant, OAT formula designed for aluminum engine blocks and heads. What I see constantly is someone topping off at a gas station with the universal green because it fits the cap. Green plus orange creates a chemical reaction that produces rusty sludge. That sludge clogs passages in your EcoBoost's intercooler, heater core, and water pump. No warning light, no smoke, just slow internal destruction. Customer came in last fall, 2017 F-150, 3.5-liter. Heater stopped working first. Then the temperature gauge started bouncing. I flushed the system and what came out looked like chocolate milk. Heater core completely blocked, water pump impeller half eaten away. Total, $2,100. Motorcraft Orange VC3B only. Full flush every 5 years or 60,000 miles with distilled water, never tap water. An $80 flush beats a $2,100 repair every time. Here's one that surprises people every time I explain it. Most owners think running low on fuel is just a minor inconvenience. It's actually killing your fuel pump. Your F-150's fuel pump is submerged inside the tank. The fuel cools and lubricates the pump motor. When the tank drops below a quarter, the pump starts sucking from the very bottom where sediment, rust, and debris settle over years. Running on fumes means your pump is running hot and feeding that debris through your entire fuel system. Fuel pump replacement runs $600 to $900 in parts alone, plus 2 to 3 hours to drop the tank. I replace 2 or 3 a month. Every single time I ask how often the owner runs near empty. You already know the answer. Keep it above a quarter tank. The gas you're saving by squeezing those last miles isn't worth a $900 pump. Now this next mistake is one I see even experienced truck drivers make, and it's quietly destroying some of the most well-maintained F-150s I've seen come through my shop. The worst 3 words Ford ever put in an owner's manual: lifetime transmission fluid. Lifetime of what? Because in the real world, that fluid needs to come out. The 10-speed in newer F-150s and the 6-speed in older ones run incredibly hot when towing. Every hard acceleration generates microscopic metal debris from the clutch packs. After 60,000 to 80,000 miles, the fluid loses hydraulic pressure, clutches slip, and solenoids gum up. I pulled the pan on a 2018 F-150 last month. 130,000 miles, shifting rough, fluid, jet black. Magnet buried under clutch dust, never changed once. Full rebuild, $4,800. Change fluid and filter every 60,000 miles under normal driving. Towing? Cut it to 40,000. Mercon LV for the 6-speed, Mercon ULV for the 10-speed. Not interchangeable. Drop the pan, don't just flush. Service, $200 to $300. Rebuild, $4,000 to $6,000. Do the math. If you've got an older F-150 With the 5.4-liter Triton V8, 2004 through 2010, this mistake can cost you the engine. Most owners think that a spark plug job is routine maintenance. On the 5.4-liter Triton, it's a minefield. The plugs are two-piece. Let them go too long and the plug breaks during removal. Half stays in the head. I've had to machine shop 2 F-150 heads because the owners push past 100,000 miles. Machine work alone, over 3,000. Change plugs at 60,000 miles. Motorcraft SP509 only. Spray penetrating oil around each plug and let it sit before you touch them. If it doesn't break loose easily, stop. Take it to someone who knows what they're doing. For newer EcoBoost engines, Motorcraft only, replace at 60,000 miles. Wrong heat range plugs cause misfires that destroy a catalytic converter at $1,500. Almost nobody thinks about this until something goes wrong. And here's what catches people off guard. Your differentials don't give you much warning before they fail. Your F-150's differentials and transfer case are full of gear oil that breaks down from heat and pressure just like engine oil. Most owners never change it once in the life of the truck. When it breaks down, the gears and bearings run metal on metal. You get vibrations, clunking on turns, and eventually a seized differential at $2,500 to $4,000 to rebuild. I had a customer named Dave, meticulous about oil changes, always on time, brought his 2015 F-150 4x4 in with a grinding noise on turns. Front differential oil nearly dry. Seal had been weeping for a year. Ring and pinion gears destroyed, $3,200. He never once thought about the differential. That's the trap. Rear differential fluid every 50,000 miles. Motorcraft SAE 75W140 full synthetic. Front differential, same interval. Transfer case every 40,000 miles. Tow or go off-road? Cut every interval in half. A fluid service is $100 to $150. A rebuild is $3,000. Most F-150 owners will never think about mistake number 7 unless they're already paying for it. This is the dirty secret of direct injection engines Ford doesn't advertise. Most owners blame rough idle on bad fuel or a failing injector. 9 times out of 10 on a high-mileage EcoBoost, it's carbon on the intake valves. Your EcoBoost uses direct injection. Fuel bypasses the intake valves entirely. In older port-injected engines, fuel constantly washed the valves clean. In your EcoBoost, nothing does that. Just oil vapor slowly coating those valves with carbon that builds up year after year. After 60 to 80,000 miles, those deposits disrupt airflow. Rough idle, hesitation, noticeable power loss. I've pulled intake manifolds where the carbon was a 1/4 inch thick. Looked like someone poured tar in there. The only real fix is a walnut blast cleaning. Crushed walnut shells blasted through the intake ports. In my shop, $250 to $350, 2 hours. Every customer says the same thing afterwards. It drives like a new truck. Run Motorcraft PM22 or BG44K fuel system cleaner every 5,000 miles to slow the buildup. Get the walnut blast every 60 to 80,000 miles. Prevention is $300. Neglect is a truck that keeps getting slower. The PCV valve is a $15 part most F-150 owners have never heard of. It doesn't fail loudly. It fails quietly, and by the time you notice, the damage is already done. It's your engine's pressure relief valve. When it sticks open, it sucks oil mist into your intake and coats your valves and turbocharger. When it stays closed, crankcase pressure blows out gaskets and seals. Valve cover, front crank seal, rear main seal, all from a $15 part. 2016 F-150 3.5 came in, burning a quart of oil every 1,500 miles. Owner thought it was piston rings, mentally preparing for a $5,000 rebuild. PCV valve was stuck wide open. Replaced it for $15 in 20 minutes. Oil consumption went back to normal. He shook my hand for 30 seconds straight. I told him to buy me a coffee. He bought me 2. Replace the PCV valve every 40,000 miles. On the 3.5-liter EcoBoost, it's on top of the engine. 1 hose clamp, a twist out, done. This next one is something I see DIY mechanics mess up constantly, and it's an easy mistake if nobody ever told you. Here's something most owners don't realize. Ford uses aluminum oil pans on most modern F-150 engines. Lightweight, great heat dissipation, and absolutely unforgiving when you strip the threads. Every week someone comes in with stripped drain plug threads from a DIY oil change. One over torque and the threads pull right out. New oil pan, $400 to $600 for the part, $300 to $400 labor. A mistake that takes 3 seconds to make and 3 hours to fix. I had a guy last month, changed his own oil on a 2020 F-150 5.0 liter. Felt the plug seat, gave it one more turn, just to be safe. Cracked the pan flange. Then tightened it more trying to stop the leak. The crack widened into a split. New oil pan, labor, lost a full day of work, $850 for one extra twist. He didn't say a word when I told him, just stared at the bill. 19 to 21 foot-pounds, that's it. A $30 torque wrench lasts forever. Start the plug by hand. If it binds before seating, back it out. One bad moment can ruin a $500 pan. And this next one, I still can't believe how often I see it because it says right on the bottle that it works. Never put stop leak in your F-150's cooling system, ever. Most owners grab a bottle thinking they're being smart. Small leak, quick fix, problem solved. Here's what's actually happening. Stop leak works by clogging the leak. But it can't tell the difference between the leak and your heater core passages, your radiator channels, or your water pump impeller. It clogs everything. Customer had a 2015 F-150 5.0 liter. Put stop leak in for a small weep from the water pump. 6 months later, heater core completely blocked. Radiator 40% restricted. Water pump barely moving coolant. Total damage, $2,400. That bottle saved him maybe $200 at the time. I didn't say I told you so, but I thought it pretty loudly. Find the leak and fix it properly. A weeping water pump seal is $200 to $400. A cracked hose is $50. Real repairs. Stop leak is a very expensive delay. Modern F-150s have 70 to 80 electronic control modules, all communicating constantly. Every one depends on clean, stable voltage. A weak battery or corroded ground strap means random misfires, erratic transmission shifts, ghost warning lights, and sensor codes you'll chase for weeks. Guy came in last winter, retired school teacher, drives a 2016 F-150 XLT, takes immaculate care of it, misfiring on random cylinders. He'd already spent $600 at another shop replacing plugs, coils, and the MAF. Still rough. I tested the battery voltage, 11.9 volts. Checked the engine block to chassis ground strap, completely corroded. Cleaned it, torqued it down. Idle went smooth before he even pulled out of the bay. That strap cost $8. I charged him 1 hour labor and told him to go enjoy his retirement. Check your battery every oil change. Fully charged, 12.6 volts. Alternator at idle, 13.5 to 14.5 volts. Clean terminals, dielectric grease after, replace every 4 years. Don't wait for the clicking. A weak battery kills your alternator. An alternator replacement runs $400 to $700. A $150 battery on schedule is the cheapest insurance on this entire list. And the last mistake, number 12, is something almost every F-150 owner does, including some mechanics. This last one I'm going to tell you is about a guy called Marcus. Came in last fall with a 2017 F-150 XLT, 118,000 miles. Said the transmission started slipping on 1-2 upshifts out of nowhere. No towing history, regular fluid changes, well maintained. I dropped the pan. Clutch pack friction material was half gone, pattern consistent with repeated shock loading. I asked him one question. Do you ever shift into drive while still rolling backward? Long pause. Every morning backing out of my garage. Every morning? For 5 years? Here's what happens inside. The transmission has to arrest the full momentum of the truck through the clutch packs in a fraction of a second. Those packs are designed for smooth gear changes, not shock loading from reverse momentum. Marcus needed a partial rebuild, $2,800, for a morning habit that took 3 seconds to fix. Come to a complete stop. Count 1 second, then shift. That's it. 1 second of patience per driveway keeps your transmission healthy past 200,000 miles. If you tow, this goes double. Never shift from reverse to drive while a trailer is still pushing you backward. The shock load multiplies with every pound behind you. There they are, 12 things you should never do to your F-150. Hit like if this helped. Drop your F-150's year and mileage in the comments. I want to see how far yours has gone. And if you want to know which F-150 engines last the longest, watch the next video on your screen. I ranked every major engine from worst to best. Take care of that truck. I'll see you in the next one.